to Inside Out, brought to you by Promise Resource Network. Today we're going to talk about having fun. Remember fun? Remember fun?
I do.
Oh yeah, good stuff. Back in the day, my fun cost me. Right? I don't know about y'all, but what I considered fun didn't meet my needs. You know, and the what I desire in fun today wasn't what I got in the past. My drugs and alcohol, I thought were fun, right? Man, we're having a blast. I love this. You know, that's it. That the parts I remember, the parts I don't remember may have been even more fun.
Yeah, really. Or not. I think in my past, I only think of the fun things, but I don't think about the other side of it. When it's all I'm alone and all my thoughts. It's fun with people and the substance. When the substance is gone, the people are gone. I'm like, now it's just me.
Yeah, that fun ends.
I didn't need much to acquire for fun, but now I feel like the world is totally. This is what fun is. Like being by myself, enjoying and covering. That was fun. That was fun to me. Didn't feel like I was isolated, but that wasn't isolating me. That was just me being me.
That and the way you had fun was different from the way I had fun, and that's what back in the day.
For us today, right?
It would cost too much. Yeah.
To me, drinking like 6 bottles of wine would not be fun for me.
Yeah.
And when I was using, when I would see other people like going to cookouts or things like that, for some reason it just seems so foreign to me. Like, I had just such this negative attitude, like I don't want to do that crap.
Yeah.
And wow, I mean, definitely what my perspective and how it's changed. I have rediscovered things that used to be fun to me before.
Yeah.
I piled all that stuff inside of me and things like that. And but I do remember, there's one thing I remember, and I like to always share this about my story. I was in a very toxic relationship. I took off to go to California for various reasons. So I'd never been to the West Coast, and you would think most people who had never been to the West Coast, first time maybe seeing the Pacific Ocean, you might at least stick your toe in there, right? I didn't even do that. I was just sitting there in the sand, like feeling absolutely nothing. And that was, I don't know why, like that particular situation and that time, like just, I really remember that so vividly because I was so I honestly just disconnected from every freaking thing. Yeah.
And that's it. I don't want, back in the day, I don't know that I wanted to have fun. Those cookouts and those parties and those things. Even if I'd go, I'd be alone. But that's okay. I had my best friend. I had my best friend to drink, and my whole life fit into that bottle. Yeah. And that was my fun. Yeah.
For me, every time I was out with other people, I knew I had to put a mask on. I couldn't feel like I could be myself. I couldn't be who I was because I felt like who I was wasn't right. I never saw anything that didn't look like me, who was me. Even in my own family, I felt like an eyeball. I didn't drink and smoke until I was 23. I didn't sex until I was 23. When I would tell people that, they're like, what? And the reaction made me feel like, what? You haven't sex yet? Did you believe me? And I was always a designated driver. It made me feel like I wasn't a part of something. I didn't have to change who I was to be like them. They can have what they're fun if that's what they think fun is. Because I had to tell them, like, oh, you do it for yourself last night. But I didn't like that because they didn't see what I saw.
Yeah.
They're fun because they were intoxicated. They thought they were having fun. But I know the danger that was there. So being a designated driver and a designated person always and never doing anything, I was running from not being anything like the people that I saw in my childhood.
Some of this is fun for people. I remember college, high school, getting just tore up. And my friends would drink, but not like me. Mm-hmm. Their fun was to the point that they drank a little bit, they got a little silly, and they started having fun. My fun was, I'm going to drink till I barf. And I ain't never gonna barf because I don't waste liquor.
That's horrible.
But that's it. My fun wasn't other people's fun. Yeah.
I was just gonna say,
Sorry, I was talking.
the cookouts and parties I went to, everybody was having the same types of fun. I was just doing it in a different way.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah.
And to excess, although they all were really doing it to excess.
Yeah.
The crowd-
Moderation is
Alcoholism and drug use and alcohol use in moderation isn't really as fun.
yeah.
It's like when it's a high, but just someone else is more.
When I pass that point, it's not fun anymore. Right? And but I didn't know that. I mean, I didn't know that because I forgot fun. I didn't think I was worthy of fun. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know who to be with to have it. Right. But when I got into recovery, they said I could have fun, but I didn't believe them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I remember somebody telling me, "You just gonna be cranky and nasty now that you're sober. You ain't gonna have no fun at all." I was like, shit. So what we're gonna talk about today is how to have fun. Because I forgot how to have fun. And I know you all, we're at that point in our recovery here at PRN. We have fun all the time.
That's right.
But sometimes it's hard in the beginning.
It really is. I remember like people would ask me, "What do you like to do?" And I couldn't come up with any answers. Like, I was like, "What do I?" Because there was nothing other than just drinking and drugging.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
And I'd say, the thing about it is, I couldn't plan really anything, like, because if I could not get to my stuff,
Yeah.
like, oh, well, I'm gonna be too far away from everything or my deal or whatever. And so I couldn't do that. I have to like, no, I can't go. And that ended up happening a lot. And, and I remember that, when I got myself together and first got into recovery and then, started just kind of like sitting there and like trying to like think, okay, what is it? There's something there's something you got to have inside of you, that exists, and it took me a while to tap into that and like, do that exploring with myself. And I tried doing like different things, being open to trying new stuff. And that helped me a lot too. Yeah.
Being adventurous.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody else traveling and doing things. For me, it was always just like going to the gay bar, getting drunk.
Yeah.
Going to the gay bar out of town, getting drunk.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the next day, it's always I don't know if anybody here drank red wine, but I guess it's a salt-based, but also chain smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And like that. It's hard to describe.
It eats your lips off.
No, that taste.
Yeah.
If you've ever drank like 3 or 4 bottles of wine in an evening,
Yeah.
and then chain smoked and then smoked other things, and then that taste in your mouth. Well, actually, we would drink as much as 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a bottle. It's just 3 glasses. It's really big glasses. But just that taste and then the headache.
Yeah.
The next day, and then just ruins. So you can't really do anything the next day.
Yeah.
Sleep. And then, you go to the bar in the afternoon.
Yeah, and started all over again.
For me, Mr. I'm going to say that usually I try not to, even when I go on trips, like the anticipation is what is more fun for me than the actual like traveling and getting there. When you build it up in your mind, when you get there, it's not what you're thinking for. I learned to find fun wherever I can find it. I don't need it to be out somewhere like tomorrow or yesterday. I have to find it here. I don't have to need it now. And I realize that even though that I don't use drugs anymore, I realize that technology has become something that numbs me and keeps me from hearing what I want, what I need, what I want. I'm being influenced by outside entities. Like I don't have to feel what your definition of success or fun is. Your definition is what it is. I can define it for myself. fun for me is coloring and drawing.
Yeah.
It's a lesson for you, but it's something that I need to get back to where before I started using drugs and that's what I feel. I loved it. It was the way I got my social job, and I also want to be present when I'm having fun.
You said this morning to have fun when we were a kid, all we needed was a stick. It's a sword. It's a drawing thing. It's what else can you do with this stick? I can dub thee. I dub thee, sir.
In the mud.
Steven, you can draw in the mud.
All I needed was dirt.
Dirt. So you can eat it, you can play with it, you can make it in a mound.
Red light, green light, those things.
Oh,
like that,
yeah.
You need like kickball, you need things, you just need
How exciting. Look, my heart's racing when I think about that stuff as a kid. You know, all that stuff, running around and just having fun and stepping on jacks and cussing. And can you help him?
And then we can use our imagination.
Yes.
Because
Yep.
we know what's possible. Really, we were able to, our imagination come limitless for our new things that we're able to be. And even like, now look at my niece and my nephew now, how they're able to take anything a box. And they turn it into a car.
Yep.
The fact that we need so much
Yeah.
to keep our attention as adults.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we need a TV. All these things are, I said, all these things have a control over me. So
Yeah.
once they're gone, I'm like, and when the power went off, I'm like, what am I gonna do now? I don't want to be attached to my phone either.
Yeah.
That's for reasons. I don't want to be
Yeah.
attached to that because that has control over me.
There are things that block
Anything I
us.
can't let go of, it has control over me.
Yeah.
If I'm like, where's my phone? I shouldn't be like that. It's not that important. I mean, I don't even have to have it on me because every 2 minutes.
Media, and there are things we can put aside so we can have more fun. Those things do block us, I think, Porter. I think they're things that can stop us internally and externally from having that joy, from getting that, right? That's what I want.
You know, and I feel like too, you know, with the technology and things like that, that sometimes we'll even like if we'll compare, some people will compare your life to what, you know, what you see and these people are doing this and that. And so you're like, well, my life doesn't equal up to that. So that just, so I must not matter. Or, you know, I mean, that can happen sometimes.
They're not gonna show you their worst times. They're gonna
Yeah.
show you their depressed.
For me, fun today means living in the moment more.
Ooh.
Like there are times like I have my phone on me today just because I'm expecting a call. But normally, like when I come to a group, or like a lot of times when I go in a friend's house, if I don't have a reason to use my phone, I just don't even bring my phone with me because I don't want distractions. I'm trying to be present in the place and with the person I am at the moment. Doing whatever it is we're doing, so you can fully be there and appreciate it and enjoy it for the moment it is, good or bad.
Look, practice mindfulness throughout your day. Mindfulness teaches us to be, to appreciate the present moment. And when I'm in that moment, when I can actually be with someone and do that thing, the first thing says, I love this. This is my favorite. Seek out laughter. Seek out laughter. Laughter is the best medicine. There was a guy named John Cummings that back in the olden days, before I was born, imagine that, this guy was diagnosed with cancer. And he chose not to accept that. He went to a hotel and did nothing but watch Three Stooges, different comedian, Groucho Marx. This was back a long time ago. But what he did is he embraced this fun and he filled himself up with it. Laughter is so powerful.
Build yourself up.
Yes. When you accept that energy into your body, it makes a difference. And this gentleman went back to the doctor after about a month of doing this every day, all day, every day, all day, just embracing laughter. And he didn't have cancer. He didn't have cancer. And that is amazing because we can heal ourselves, not just of the physical issues that we may have, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. We can feed ourselves with that laughter and it makes a difference, right? Telling jokes to each other. Not even that, those funny stories, like when we were out there and the terrible things that happened to us that are funny as hell now. I fell in a hole. That's just funny, right?
You know, one thing that I've learned to, I like laughing at myself.
Oh.
Yes. I don't know. Like because I used to be so self-conscious or, you know, just feeling so crappy. And once I learned to kind of accept myself a lot better, there were things just laugh at myself and it was okay. Yes.
And it didn't take away
No.
from me.
Well, you gotta laugh at the bad shit too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's all funny. Maybe not when it happens. to
Oh
you,
no. Yeah.
But like in retrospect, sometimes things are so bad, so awful, you can't do anything but laugh at it.
Yeah. Yeah. We have the darkest humor, those of us in recovery sometimes. We because I lived through this, now I'm going to poke fun of it, right? Stealing that state policeman's hat was not fun when I got arrested, but now that's funny as shit. I stole a state policeman's hat. How stupid is that?
Yes.
I stole a state policeman's hat.
Did you get a
State policeman's ass.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a picture of you? Yeah.
No, it was back in I did have my what's it called when they take your picture in jail? Mugshot. They gave me an extra one. They were so nice. They took theirs and then they took another one and said, "Here, you keep this for your." But that shit's funny.
It is.
Killed me. Now
Yes.
I'm over it. Now
Yes.
I took it and used it. I can use it. Even if you tell a story, tell your testimony. Now I have power over it.
Yes.
Now I no longer have power over me.
Yeah.
You talk about
Yeah.
it, when I talk about it, no, I talked about it. This is what happened. Accept it. This is what happened.
And we got to learn to laugh at ourselves.
You
We got to
know-
learn to laugh at that thing. Yes, sir.
How much time did you get?
I only got one night, but it was in the middle of finals week and I failed all my finals. I ended up with a 0.0, and I took a PE class, so I even failed that. Yes, sir.
Because I said that, because you say everybody likes to laugh. Well, hell, before I go out there and steal a police hat, I'll take the tenders at the bank. So
I'm going to jail. I'm going for something good. Nah, let's not do that today.
Yeah.
Let's not go to jail. That's my thing. Because it ain't
It's
fun.
not fun.
Yes, Stephen.
Remind me later to tell you about the story time I ran away from
Okay. Another good story. Wait, it says, the next thing says, learn to laugh at ourselves. Sometimes life doesn't go as planned. Unwanted things happen, but that shit can be funny. Right? When I spill my drink, what do I always say? Ooh, got a drinking problem. I never spilled my drink when I was drinking. Never lost my drink. I lose my cup all the time now, don't I?
Mhm.
So we got to learn to laugh at ourselves. We're funny as shit. Mistakes happen. Yeah, David.
For me, a big part of fun since I've embraced the whole lifestyle change of recovery, because that's the big thing about recovery to a lot of people. It's a lifestyle change. You no longer live that life you lived pre-recovery. And a lot of things that I thought was fun back then are like would be like nightmarish for me to like live through and be around now. And some of the ideas of fun are things that I rediscovered, that like the use of my imagination for different things when I was like all those things that like those childhood things that, you know, getting back into playing games, getting back into like role playing and like just I forgot that me and some of my friends used to basically do like our own improv stuff, like as kids, acting out things and stuff like that. And since I've really embraced the aspect of the lifestyle change of what is fun to me in recovery, rediscovering those things that used to be the most goofy things. But
we can do them now with purpose.
And being able to look at myself and see all these aspects of what defines me today, because what defined me pre-recovery, like, that is like irrelevant to me now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, somebody giving me a compliment saying you look this, that, or the third. That's your opinion of me. Like when I look at myself in the mirror, I see a tenacious, ambitious, like gloriously divine looking like human
Absolutely.
being because of everything that I've survived through and lived through and like the little things that I've given people along the way, people that I like Sharon that I've known for like 20 years, who've seen like all these different aspects of like my growth and my perseverance throughout our long journey of knowing each other, like in different aspects of recovery. And those are things that matter to me. Like I could care less if somebody think, oh, you think I look good? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because that surface level stuff
Yeah.
used to be so important to me. Like pre-recovery.
And the cool thing is now we can use that, like we said, that shit that tried to kill us. I am a different person today. I seek serenity, peace, and fun. We used to have an improv class that we did. You remember that?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? We need to do that again because it allows us
That
to,
would be fun.
it allows us to be free for a moment,
Yeah.
to be free for a moment, to be able to do what we wouldn't normally do. Yes, sir.
I was just gonna say there's also something to be said for being able to take a compliment. That's a real
Yeah,
compliment.
yeah.
Not a loaded sort of
Yeah.
statement. Like,
But fun, yeah,
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
to fun. Yeah, it's elusive sometimes, isn't it? It's hard to find sometimes when I'm down.
Mhm.
I don't think of those things, but that's when I need to laugh the most. Right? That's when I need to remember that things are not always this way. It says, enjoy little moments in our everyday life can bring us joy. Just those little things that we do. That funny little shit that happens when we're just walking through the day. Yes, sir.
For me, like when I was using it, didn't last very long for me. But
Yeah.
I would try anything, and I was open to trying anything. I can take those same ways that I was there. Now that I'm no longer that way, being open-minded and just trying things and I was hanging out with different people because I wanted to know what you were doing. But now that
Yeah.
hanging out with different, I was to the discovery place. I didn't know. I'm like, why not?
Yeah.
It just to try something new. Like now I'm free now. I no longer have that thing that was holding me back, and I needed that. Now I no longer need that. Now I'm free. I no longer need. That's no longer holding me back from being free. I want to
Yeah.
live my life
And live those lives in a moment of fun. Like David said, like you're saying, use our imagination to do something different. And I'm like you, when I was in treatment, you know, they get to the little sheet of paper, the
Yeah.
explaning. What are your hobbies? Drinking. What do you like to do? Drink.
Drinking
Yeah, you know, that's just what I did. I didn't have anything to put down on that paper for hobbies or what do you do for fun. I had no idea outside of drinking what to do for fun. And I had to learn that. I had to hang around people that looked like they were having fun and then do what they did because I didn't know.
Right.
I didn't think there was like, oh my God, y'all just gonna do that. Like, how about before I judge it, how about I try it? Like, I was sitting around just having a conversation. For me, like, y'all not doing anything, there's no TV, y'all just talking. I was like, it actually was like a good time, but I was going to judge it before I got them. Like, y'all not gonna do anything, just sit around and talk to each other.
Yeah.
Like,
Or go bowling. Who wants to go bowling? Go bowling?
We're adults now. I'm not gonna walk around, but I'm like, I tried it and it wasn't.
It was
I
fun.
want to.
Yeah.
I did when I was 14, 15, but now I'm like, I don't have to write everything, but at least I can be out doing something positive.
Trying something different, trying something positive. Yes, Steve.
finding those people that can try. Because, you know, when you're around people, I mean, I still have friends that drink
Yeah.
and I still have
Yeah.
friends that are alcoholics.
Yeah.
But, you know, finding those people that are there that want to do the thing that isn't the drinking,
Yeah.
do the fun thing, that have the thing interesting that you can have fun with.
And you know, I what I did too, like when I first got into recovery, and I started to just surround myself with people that knew exactly where I just had been.
Mm-hmm.
So that was helpful for me and like motivated me because, I started like they'd have some functions in the 12-step fellowship I was in or whatever. And I would just, even though at first it was kind of awkward because I still hadn't gotten to that place where I felt comfortable being around a bunch of people
Yeah.
because I was isolated for so long, right?
Yeah.
So anyhow, but a little by little and just hearing those others share with me and just them having that understanding, I think, it helped me a lot is, the pressure of feeling like I'm not going to fit in. I don't have the drugs or the alcohol
To make it tolerable.
to make it tolerable. And, and it took a little bit of time, but I just kept showing up and I just kept showing up and I gave it a chance. And, over time, it got a little bit easier. And I started seeing things like, yeah, this does feel good. I do like this. I want more of this.
Yeah. I don't go no damn dance. You know what the thing of it is, people used to say about going to the bar, well, I like to dance. Well, I never dance. So to go to a dance, but the cool thing is if I go to a dance and I get at that table where everybody's laughing and joking, that's my space.
Yeah.
Just because I don't dance doesn't mean I'm not going to have fun there. Right? To be around people today helps me.
Yes.
It gives me that time of fun to be around those funny people. Right? They save me. My friend Joy is the most funniest person I've ever met. She is I'm going to have to tell her to watch this, a toe licking. I can't say the rest of it because it's crude, but we go back and forth all the time trying to outdo ourselves by the grossest thing because we're like 12. But I love 12-year-old humor, right?
Yeah.
No.
Like here, I'll find myself in my workspace while I'm here. Like if I'm just kind of having, it's been one of those days and lots going on, and wouldn't necessarily say that I'd be in a funk, but I could use a little pep in my step. So I'll come find Sharon. I know she's going to say something fucking
Stupid.
something stupid.
And we want to be around those people that are just silly. Silly is good. Silly is good. Yes,
For
sir.
me,
Yeah.
TV is a good substitute because the good thing about TV is, one, you can watch them interact and laugh at that,
Yeah.
but you can make fun of people in front of them. Like people on TV can be really serious, like the way they dress.
Yeah.
And they can't hear you, so there's no harm. in
Yes.
foul. And if you do it with somebody else, then you can kind of.
Yeah. It's fun. TV is a great media. When we talk about Facebook, I like Facebook because sometimes I can find the funny in there. I can choose on TV what I watch. We have control over that, and I want to be able to do those things that make me feel better. And one of those things is watching comedies. I don't do it as much. I'm all into those crime shows and everything. In case you need to know some shit, but I need to watch. I need to watch funny. I need to watch
And
funny.
be aware that I have to be aware of how much of I take in, how much negativity I take in.
Yeah.
I do a progress report of myself every week. Like, how did I do? I do a journal so I know how my day is going. Like, why have I been taking that kind of fun? Now I realize that, oh, this is why.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been doing what I used to do, or I've been being closed-minded, or sometimes when I do live towards humor, it's me not dealing with things. Sometimes it's me avoiding things. Sometimes my defense mechanism is humor because I don't want to avoid to talk about things or deal with some things. I have to be aware that I want to have humor, but I don't want it to be at the extent of being honest with myself. Sometimes it's too dangerous. If you need to go talk about some dark places about myself, I can make jokes about it, but it doesn't take the pain away.
Yeah.
And sometimes I use the jokes because I don't want you to know exactly how much.
That's it. When I use my humor, because I'm like you, Porter, I can use my humor and make people laugh. That draws you to me, right? And I get to that point where you get too close, and I'm like, and I'll tell a different kind of joke.
Oh, God.
And stop it, because I don't want you that close to me. I appreciate that, because it's how we use humor today. I want to use humor to lift me, not contain me,
Mhm.
right? I don't want it to contain me today. I want it to lift myself and other people up. Yes, sir.
Like one of the ways I use humor at myself is I used to take my role play games or my RPGs or whatever games I was playing on game systems extremely serious and get like super upset if like I lost a match or
Yeah.
if something happened and I died. Now, when that happens, like, well, that's what you get for being dumb. Or maybe you shouldn't have
done
Maybe you
this.
shouldn't have loaded up on all those potions just to not use them.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Oh, that's hot. You can say that. So to make fun of ourselves to get back that dumbass. Why'd I do that? God, that state policeman's hat. That was stupid as shit. Right? To look at those things in our past that at the time hurt us. Right? At the time took us away from ourselves. When I use my humor to help others and to help myself, that's what I want today. It says in here, let's go to this. Be spontaneous. Spontaneous is good. Just do something out of the blue.
Yes.
I'm just walking along. Hey, I'm gonna go to Common Market, hang out, see who I know. I'm gonna go to the comedy zone. I'm gonna go to the park and see who's playing ball. I'm gonna go do these things. And if I plan them, that's good. I like a plan.
Yeah.
I like that reward at the end of the day.
I love planning,
Right.
but sometimes that spontaneous stuff, it's like I'm going on a real life like adventure.
Yeah.
It's like I'll leave the house and not know exactly what I got planned. I'm like, I'm gonna go uptown and
See what
See what
happens.
see what happens. And next thing you know, I'm like, then got on this one bus and then went over so and so, and I'm like, and then you end up running into some, or you
Yeah.
just having like some experience that, like, there was one day I went on one of my little adventures and like, all randomly ended out over off of Monroe Road out by Sharon Amity, and like, just for the hell of it, decided to like stop by that cemetery because I've got a lot of family in there. And then like on my way out, of all things, I see like a freaking eagle or like a hawk or something like pretty up close and personal. I'm like, dude, this is freaking badass. Like, whoa. Because you don't think in the city you're gonna see.
Yeah.
You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then after all that running around and stuff that day, I felt kind of exhausted. But I went home and I was like,
Good.
this was like a
Good.
phenomenal day. I could have just went and hung out and done my normal go on the weekends, go hang out with like so and so that I hang out with like almost every weekend, or just sit back and do my own thing at home. But I had all these experiences, and then not even thinking about it, I went and like, I really had some good time sitting there talking to different family members. Even for me, it was talking to them, even though I'm sitting there talking to their tombstones and stuff. But like, there was things that I had been processing that I was trying to deal with that it just evaporated once I talked to those family members.
And to be spontaneous and to get there.
And it happened just kind of whimsically because I literally sit there and flipped like a coin, and I assigned like 3 bus numbers to like one side and 3 bus numbers to the other side. And then I kept flipping that coin till I got to like, it's going to be this bus or this bus. And just
spontaneity.
By chance of flipping that coin like that, I ended up on the 27.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm not going all the way out to Matthews.
David, you know something? Sometimes I don't know why I do things, but things work out so perfectly. Yeah, isn't that cool? I don't know why. I'm just spontaneous. I'm gonna run over and see my friend Renee. She's over close to where I'm going to see somebody. Yeah, let me run in there and do that. Let me run in there and see her. Spontaneity, and that leads to other adventures. I love the word adventure.
Yes.
I've got my friend Kathy. Always talks. Her and her husband go on an adventure every weekend. And I love that they get in the car and they just go. They got kind of a plan. We're going to go to such and such, see what we run into. And I love that spontaneity. I wish I was more like that because they have a blast.
And I think, talking about spontaneity and being adventurous, like, a lot of us probably possessed that when we were children. And, part of me, even though when I started throwing chemicals on top of all of that and my decision making, and it became risky things that I did, combined with that. But I look back, like I didn't completely lose it.
Yeah.
And I was able to tap back into it because I am too. Like I just kind of like, just want to go somewhere. All right, I want to go west towards the mountains and just figure it out.
Yeah.
And it just does something for me. And I think too, like that gratitude that I have from the things that I survived, and now just doing simple crap like that. Just whatever, you getting on the bus, listening to music, going to, get on this, whatever. Like I relate to that. I remember doing crap like that. And, I just, I'm happy where I'm at now. And I think I'm a lot more ahead, a whole lot, so much more. And that's what, recovery and the journey in itself.
It does. It takes us to a good place.
It really does.
Kids or adults, I got a statistic. Look at me. Adults laugh 15 times a day, a good laugh. Children laugh 300 times a day. That's an actual, I looked that up when I did the laughter thing with John Cummings and all that stuff. Kids laugh so much, and that's so beautiful. And to hear a kid laugh, oh my gosh, that is so cool. That is so cool. Wow, we're really.
Wow,
I know we got to get close.
all the sunshine. We're talking about fun stuff.
Sunshine on my shoulder. Oh, that's bad.
Oh, see, we were thinking
So
that.
torturing people is always good. Hey, we're about out of time. Okay, wait, hold on. Oh, yes. Hold on.
So when I was talking earlier about, when I first got into recovery and I had no idea what, at that time, what I liked. So, it got to me to thinking the other day when Sharon and I were talking, like coming up with some things
Yeah.
to help
Thank you.
folks with some, some ideas of, figuring out some stuff to do out in the community. So there are some websites, and these are a lot of free events. I've got 5 different ones that I found. And if anyone wants to, for me to give you a list of these or whatever after the class, I'd be happy to. But for those of you online, so we have, and these are easy, just Google them. Charlotte on the Cheap is one, and there's
Like that.
always the weekend, just stuff going on, like concerts going on that are free, just different things. There's Charlotte Meetup, so that might be, like getting to know people that you might have similar interests in things. There's Charlotte's Got a Lot, that's similar to Charlotte on the Cheap. Eventbrite, that has, other things going on, and then Secret Charlotte. So all 5 of those, and when you pull them up on these websites, there's a list, the dates, the times, the locations, and it's really simple to, figure out how to navigate. A lot of it's on the bus line too.
Yeah, good deal. Free is wonderful.
Yes.
One thing we didn't talk about that is fun, sex.
Hey!
If I remember correctly, I think it's fun. Interacting with other people is always fun, as long as it's consensual. The shul was what threw me. Whether it's with people or by yourself, it's all right. All right. I want to thank you all for being out there. Nobody chatted in. I'm hurt. I'm sad. I'm whatever. Okay. It's all about me. I want to thank Courtney. I want to thank the crew in here. All right. Everybody's got it going on. Let's see. Warm line. If you need to talk to somebody, call our warm line, 833-390-7728. Look on our website. Look on this Facebook page. You'll find it. Share this. If you liked it, if you didn't, somebody may need it. Somebody may need a laugh. And that's so good today. So that's one thing we do is have fun. I want to thank you all. I want to thank my dear Courtney. And keep peace, share love.
That's right.
And we'll see you next